In this episode of Diary of a Puzzle Gamer, I want to tell a little bit about this puzzle by Hennessy. It is also the first puzzle that I solved, published by this company. It is African Animals, African Art, very descriptive title. It's a 1,000 piece puzzle, and as you can see, it has a large image in the center and then 12 mini images around it. So actually you can see, you can think of it as a collection of puzzles with, well, a big one and 12 mini puzzles. Which also means that actually this worked very well, because I played with this puzzle. I solved it together with my daughter Louisa, who is now 7, and she is sometimes overwhelmed by puzzles this size. She plays a little bit with me, and then she gets bored and tired, and she goes away. Here I solved the big central image, and the zebra somehow I found incredibly challenging. Not because there's almost the same pattern as the edge. I just struggled to solve it. But once I was done with this, I sorted out the other images. It was also easy, not just because of the styles of the images is different, but because they have different frames. And so then my daughter was playing with the mini puzzles, and those were not daunting at all. So it's a puzzle that is good to play with young ones because, again, you can think of them as very approachable mini puzzles. It comes with a nice poster that is not just a guide, but also a nice poster. Then you have. And then, of course, we have the puzzle itself. The puzzle has a bit of a glossy finish. This is why we get this reflection, and that's why I'll have to play with the angles a little bit. To be able to show you, to show you the images. So we have the central area with the zebra and the giraffe, and then these are the mini puzzles here, again, each with its own subject, with slightly different styles. And the frames are really nice. Some are more distinctive, like that one, very easy to tell apart. This one is the most distinctive of them all, with the letter of the alphabet. And then the subjects, of course, there's some redundance, a giraffe here, giraffe there, zebra here, zebra there, but overall a lot of aesthetic variety. And actually the repetition of the animals just adds a little bit more challenge as you're trying to separate this giraffe from that giraffe, or that lion from that other lion. So really nice, really beautiful puzzle. Production-wise, the puzzle pieces are sturdy, thick enough, not the thickest puzzle pieces I've seen ever, but definitely serviceable. The fit is pretty good. Sometimes I had to push a little bit down to make two pieces fit, to the point that in other kinds of puzzles or puzzles by other publishers, I would have thought that they were wrong, but then I gave it a little bit of push, and I looked at it, no, these look right, the advantage is then actually the fit then is pretty good. You should be able to move the puzzle around without too much problem, even if you don't have glue or Mod Podge available. Again, as I grow old and grumpy, I'm happy with puzzles that do not have that glossy finish, and so I can just look at them from all directions without being, I don't say blinded, but without having all the glare coming back at me. It's just beautiful. I solved the central area first, the edges, of course. I mean, what kind of monster would I be if not? The edges, the central area, then the grid, simply with the brown lines, and then filling it up, the frames, and then the items, the animals in the frames. The variety of subjects that you get is just beautiful. The art is very pleasing. As a puzzle, it is not too hard. Again, precisely because it's very easy to know that this one is not that one. This one has that unique sort of like lime color. Water, you have a little bit of water here and there, but again, not too much. That vignette there also has a unique background color. So again, as I said, enough unique elements to make the puzzle very approachable, and then some elements that are repeated in different places to add that little bit of challenge. But overall, definitely a puzzle that I would recommend to beginner puzzlers. If this is going to be your first 1,000 piece puzzle, I think you're going to have a good time solving it. It's not going to be too hard. You can solve it with your children, totally doable, totally approachable, and yet not trivial, not completely mindless. So light fun, light entertainment for serious puzzlers, a good solid challenge for beginning puzzlers, but in general, African Animals, African Art by Hennessy is definitely a fun, enjoyable puzzle.